Hey guys, today's a little different. We're going to a friend's house. We're going to check out his garage and everything in it. Heard he's got a secret room. We might talk him into bringing us into the secret room and show you around. So hang in there. Let's get this thing started. So we made it to Paul's house, Paul's garage. We're gonna start at the road. He's got one for sale out here. Oh, Bronco 2. So we'll take a look at this one. Probably his newest vehicle. Bought a 4Runner, white Toyota 4Runner. And then they just started multiplying. Take a walk over here. Got the old Humvee. Now this one, an old Toyota truck with a camper. It's called a Dolphin, but pretty much a time capsule in there. Let's make our way inside. So as you can see, there's a great use of space here. Every corner has something, every wall has something. Even the rafters have bicycles and model airplanes and flags and license plates and speakers, everything in here. So here's the man, the myth, the legend, Paul. Found him in the garage. I've been knowing Paul since what, 96, 97, somewhere around there. He didn't always have this garage, but this is how I always saw Paul. No matter what garage he had, even if I saw him in the grocery store, this is what I thought about. This is exactly him in a nutshell, in a building.
Pretty much.
Whichever. We're gonna go over some of these cars, a little short video about each one, and then we may do a longer video later, huh?
Sounds good.
Yep, just let us know which one you want to see, and we'll do it. All right, I'm gonna guess this one's a 79 Army Jeep.
Yeah, a lot of people mistake this for an older Jeep like a Willys, but this is actually an AM General M151. This is a 79 model. They use this Jeep from about 62 up until the Humvee. This actually is the predecessor to the Humvee. It's got a Ford 4-cylinder engine in it, Ford design, and the fully independent suspension. So it's a pretty decent ride for a Jeep. But yeah, it's we did build 3 of these.
Nice.
And, they're really cool to drive around in parades and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Another green
Right
here.
This is a 1968 Triumph Spitfire that was bought brand new and almost immediately turned into a race car by the original owner. I've known this car since I was about 9 years old. My dad actually used to race, not against this car because they were in different classes, but with the owner of this car.
And you would watch this car race as a kid.
I watched this car dominate. Is what it did, because he just killed everybody with this thing. It was an autocross legend around the South Louisiana area.
Then years later, a guy passes away, family contacts you, and
Yep, I actually got it when I bought it at 914 from his estate, and this car was bought by a friend of mine. Well, the friend was moving, and so later he sold me the car, and been having it a couple of years now. Blast to drive.
and
Very loud.
I'm sure every time you see it, every time you get in it, you think about that 13-year-old Paul.
Most definitely, and also about Denny, you know, the builder, the owner, also the legend. He was just really meticulous about everything he did, and you can see that the way he built this car was just top notch. This is a 1959 Triumph TR3. This car was built by the same friend that I bought this vehicle from. He, when he built the car back in the 70s, the engine was bad. He happened to have a GT6, which is a Triumph Spitfire, but a coupe with a 6-cylinder. He had a GT6 engine that was laying around, so he just said, hey, why don't I put that in it? So it's no more horsepower, it's not really lighter or anything like that, but it's just kind of cool. A little bit of history on this particular car.
So I've got a little history on this car. I was at a traffic light right down the street from here, and I saw a guy driving this car, and beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky, and the wipers were going, just going. And I said, I bet he's going to Paul's house.
Yeah.
So the next day I texted him, I said, hey, did you fix those wipers? Which he didn't know I was talking about, but he said, all I did was unplug them, fixed.
Yeah, I still have no idea what ground it out and made that happen, but hey, you don't need wipers, right?
Figaro.
A Figgy.
Figgy, that's what they call them?
Yeah.
Figgies, all right.
So in 1991, 89 through 91-ish, around that era, Nissan wanted to build a line of cars that were just really different and really exclusive. This particular car is a 1991 Nissan Figaro. They only made the Figaro for 1 year in 91.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and only 20,000. So in comparison, they probably make 20,000 Camrys, not Nissan, but you know,
just on Thursday.
Car in a month. They made 20,000 of these and dead stopped it. Like that was it. It has a 1-liter turbo Nissan engine, and they all came with leather, AC, automatic. There were no options.
And right-hand drive.
Yeah, this was
All of
only
them.
Japanese market. So there were no options. You just bought a Figaro in whatever color you wanted, and then you could buy. There's a book of accessories that you could buy for it after. But for
Gotcha.
the most part, yeah, it was
Like a dealer aftermarket.
It was a dealer aftermarket book, yeah,
And
with
that
Figaro
roof was
accessories.
My favorite part. But you had to change the rear section of the roof, right?
The whole roof is
The whole roof,
yeah,
okay.
The back section was rotted out, and the top was just the vinyl was gone. So that was the first thing we did to it. But, really fun car, gets a lot of attention.
I could imagine.
And the thing is, people tell me, oh, you did a great restoration on that car. I think it's a 50s
Yeah.
car, because Nissan intentionally took a lot of cues from Peugeot, Citroën, a lot of British cars, whatnot. So
And what size tires? Like
They're 12-inch rims.
12-inch rim.
Yep.
So yeah, this one I know you wanted for a while. Parked in somebody's yard in Opelousas, just
Right.
abandoned.
This car was left right by a radio station in Opelousas. When we were going to T.H. Harris, I would pass by this thing when it was still red. That was like 25 years ago.
That red right there.
Yeah. You know, go fast forward 25 years, and the owner passed away. I ended up knowing the family at the time, and she basically said, "Come get this thing out of our way." And so I went pick this car up. It had been sitting probably at that point about 35, 40 years total. Just left abandoned, outside, no cover. It now has all new running gear, fuel system. The interior has been rebuilt completely. A new engine. The old engine actually would have probably run, surprisingly enough, but I broke a valve that stuck. But yeah, this is a favorite of everyone. Real easy to drive. It always seems to start and get you where you want to go. It's fun at car shows. Gets a lot of looks because of the exterior. But,
So a common thread you'll see going through this is if you're old and you have cars, when you die, Paul's going to get them. So choose wisely.
Right.
Let's move on to this thing.
So this is a 1978 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2. This car is here basically for inspection purposes, and I'm doing an appraisal for the owners to see if they even want to fix it. But also an abandoned car. This car was left in a dark, moldy garage for 35 years.
And they decided to sell it when the owner died.
Well, they decided to at least move it. It's not. Hopefully, it's for sale at some point. But the car basically needs everything. When you think about a car that's been sitting 35 years, you have to assume that every seal is going to leak, every electrical component needs to be either cleaned or fooled with. It's just a big, expensive paperweight right now. But
Speaking of big, it is the biggest one in here.
Yeah, by far. It takes up a lot of space. It would be a lot nicer if it was mobile, where you could get it out of the way if you need it. But for now, it's just sitting here looking pretty.
Big old white Mercedes, tops off, car phone in the center console. The owner's actually still alive for this one. He didn't die, but Paul has the car. Tell him.
We're all gone. But this is a 1988 Mercedes 560 SL. This was, much like the Rolls-Royce, this was the longest running Mercedes body style ever. Some 25 years, I think it was, that they made this body in varied forms of engines. Well, this car was abandoned also. I picked it up out of a field. It had about an inch of dust on it. The paint felt like chalk. And because it sat 10 years, it needed a complete fuel system revamp. It needed to be completely rebuilt. And it's not a complicated fuel injection system in that it has it's a constant flow, and it's got a fuel distributor right under here that sends fuel to each one of the injectors. So
Mechanically.
yeah, mechanical fuel injection, and so that was a blast to rebuild. But also, while I was there, I did the water pump, and then the timing chain guides inside of here are known for cracking. If that happens, it's not good. So replaced those new, and now she's pretty much good to go. This thing is a highway cruising beauty. I can't wait to take it to vacation. Even got the AC working. This is a 1972 Honda CB754. Back in probably 99-ish, around that time, I had put that in the blooper reel. I had a a 74 model like this, and I didn't ride it. I had the garage I had previous to this one was so small that to get my motorcycle out, I had to move like 3 vehicles. So I rarely rode it. Just sold it and regretted it since. So I found this one a couple of years ago, and man, what a motorcycle! This bike revolutionized the industry when this thing came out. Everybody was playing catch up after the CD754 came out, which was kind of cool. In the Encyclopedia of Motorcycles, I was reading one day, the centerfold is a '69 Sandcast CD754.
Nice.
Just a beautiful machine.
And I've been looking recently at building a cafe racer, and a lot of people use these. Some people don't want to cut up an original, some don't care. I'm kind of in between. If you find one that's crappy enough, I don't know, cut it up.
That and the later ones are basically the same bike, but they aren't nearly as valuable. By the time they had gone with different body work and whatnot, and they were kind of just more of a normal bike. So those are, cut one of those up.
And then the little smaller one here, 79 I can see on there.
Yeah, that's a Z50R.
Z50.
And it's up for restoration. It'll be coming up. It does run and drive. It's got, I got new tires for it and stuff, and I did redo the seat, but this one is going to be on the restoration block at some point.
And then this one, home built.
Yeah, this is parts of a Z50. It's also parts of a pressure washer, parts of a electric wheelchair.
And my dad built these sections of the fork.
Right, that's our fork extensions that were custom built. It's almost not rideable, to tell you the truth. It's very, very fast and very squirrely. When you think about going 50 miles an hour on a electric wheelchair, plastic mag wheel, yeah, that's it makes you think twice about it.
So this is Honda Trail 70. What year?
73.
73. When you come to Paul's and you see a weed eater next to the motorbike, you got to start asking yourself, are you going to really put that on the bike?
No.
No.
No, not. No, it would actually be slower if I had this on it. So not going to do that. But this bike came in boxes, like it was completely a basket case, by definition. And everything was completely stripped down. Engine was rebuilt, and then this is an actual candy gold a tri-coat paint job to get it to have the original style of color. And of course all the running gear is new drivetrain and everything. Had to put new bars on it because the old ones were ruined. But you can get all the parts for these, so that's good.
And then Paul's also a photographer. Pictures everywhere. These are all his work.
This is the Wall of Fame.
Wall of Fame.
It's just my favorites from certain shoots.
Did you ruin a real amp in that water?
That's made out of plywood, actually.
Okay, good.
I had to put a concrete block in it to hold it down. It was trying to float.
So,
it's a real emblem, a real Fender emblem.
I hear there's a secret room somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope it's not too messy.
I haven't found it though. I mean, we walked everywhere.
We can walk through the paint booth and go check that out and just excuse any mess that's in there.
Let's find a secret room. All right, the secret room. Studio. Music. Good stuff. Drums in the corner. You can have a VW bumper?
Yeah, that got messed up on my first Volkswagen Beetle. I had to replace it.
Good stuff. More bike hangers in here. Where are the bikes that usually are up here?
They're in the paint booth. They're supposed to be hanging. Yeah. They've been out for a while. I need to get them back up.
So there's a airplane in the studio. I didn't show you when I walked in. So it's officially called Crash Bike Studio, right?
Yeah, quote unquote officially.
So the slab was here, the poles were put, plane was put on top of it, and then built around it.
Yeah, we literally had to climb on the plane at some points to put in rafters and things. It's a 1977 Cessna Cardinal. It's I'm sorry, 73. It's a 177 is the model number.
And that GZ1, ground zero.
Exactly. Since then, all my military vehicles have been numbered like GZ2, 3, 4, whatever. And it also has provision for turning the instruments on.
Instrument lights.
Just for the fun of it.
Pretty cool place to hang out.
You can climb up there and hang out in the plane and watch music happen down here.
And I've done that.
Yep.
And it's awesome. Because what I didn't tell you guys, see, here's Paul. Here's our buddy Avery. Here's our buddy Mike. Oh, let's skip that one. Here's our buddy
Go back.
Matt. And oh my God, who's this guy? Look at that youngster.
Oh, they're all some youths.
Ah, no, you look the same.
No.
Paul looks the same. Avery, hey. Mike looks a little different. Matt looks way different. I don't know. Does he look different? Yeah, he looks.
Not a whole bunch.
He just looks tan.
Right.
But that guy. Ooh. Well, I can go back and tell that guy, don't sell that guitar. That's what I tell him.
I was just about to ask. Yeah, do you still have that guitar?
I wish I did.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
I sold it with blood still on it. The whole PA setup. Got everything back here. CD player, radio, fire pods to digitally go into the computer, right?
Exactly. Yeah, the program is even actually a PreSonus program that works with the FireWire.
Headphone amplifier. Then patch panels, because all around there's microphone and headphone jacks along the wall. We wired them all to here, put plugs so we can patch things in. So that mic over there behind the drum can be patched right into here. No cables across the floor. Got an ADAT player.
And no ADATs.
And no more ADATs. We did a studio recording in '98 and it was on ADAT. That's why I bought the ADAT player, so we can digitally put it to computer. And it flooded in here.
2016 flood.
2016 it flooded in here and took the ADATs with it. So
Yep, sad end.
masters are gone. Never to be heard again.
I guess we'll just have to make new ones.
Oh, good idea. So yeah, we've played many songs in this room. Have we written in this room? I don't know. I think everything was pretty much
Downward
done.
Spiral.
Oh, you're right. The last
I
one.
think Downward Spiral was here. Was at this location. That would be the last.
Casino carpet. When you drop your guitar pick on that, you ain't finding it. Just
There might be some there now.
yeah. See, there's 4 right here. You can't find it.
One good thing about it is it's just laid directly onto the concrete. So during the flood, I had to replace a bunch of the wall insulation and stuff, but the floor I just basically shampooed and let it air out, and it dried out. It's fine. There's no backing, no underlayment.
And I don't smell any mold.
No,
I might be sick tomorrow. I don't know, but I don't smell it currently.
It doesn't smell like the Rolls Royce.
And here's those plates I was talking about. X14 and H7, that means headphone 7, and I don't know what the X meant. I don't remember.
X is just XLR.
XLR, that's right.
Yeah, XLRs and headphone jacks.
And then those are wired into the patch panel way behind there. We've recorded stuff in here, just not new stuff.
Right.
That's my spot. That's where I stand. That's where I stand. That's where Paul stands over here under the airplane. Avery, where is it? Avery's over here.
Yeah.
Avery's here by the organ. It's a nice organ you have.
Thank you.
Then, so that part's called the Leslie, or is the whole thing a Leslie?
The amplifier is a Leslie. It has a motor in it that actually spins the speaker and gives you the wah-wah kind
Right.
of effect.
And then Matt's
That's
spot.
Matt's throne.
he gets the carpet on the walls behind him because he's too damn loud.
He also learned to play on these drums.
That's right. And
Learned not
Scott.
to play, but practiced a lot on these drums.
I think Mike's spot over here. And that's it. Then the audience.
Right. This is the stadium seating.
Stadium seating. 3 people.
There and here we have stadium seating.
So this is the secret room. What do you think? Maybe we'll have a jam and
I was gonna say, I think we should make some noise in it. That's what I think. So,
today, right now?
at some point.
Yeah, at some point. I'm not prepared. I got to practice.
Right, I have to warm up my vocal cords.
That's right. He didn't start doing his warm up.
Right.
It's like a 4-hour process.
Me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of gargling.
Right.
All right, let's go back outside. So yeah, this is just a normal day in Paul's garage. Car on the lift, somebody hanging out with a guitar. A carbon guitar, in fact.
Yeah, this is worth talking about it by itself.
And Paul trying to fix something that his son broke. Every weekend.
And day.
All right, so I want to thank Paul for showing us around, letting us in the secret room. Nobody's ever been in there. It's invite only,
Right.
and strangers aren't allowed.
Welcome to the garage anytime.
Yeah, just walk right in. As you can see, everything, well, most everything in here on this property is drivable, right?
Yeah, everything except the Rolls Royce.
And you can't drive the Sea-Doos. You can ride them.
Right, okay, yeah.
can't drive.
Everything runs.
Everything runs.
The engines run.
That's right. So Paul's a perfect example. Just get out there and drive it.